Good evening, everybody, and welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium, where tonight USL Championship play rolls on. Detroit City FC squares up with Hartford Athletic. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger, my name is Neil Rule. And John, as we take a look at the Eastern Conference standings, we're making our way through July. It's time to get things moving.
And coming off 9 of 11 on the road for Detroit City FC and still being in a playoff place, it's time now for some home cooking as you try to move up and possibly earn a hosting spot in the USL Championship playoffs. For Hartford, you got to figure out a way to win away from home.
Last time out for Detroit City, a 2-0 loss at Oakland. And John, unfortunately in that match, they just conceded one opportunity on goal, but it was that one.
And Danny Dichio will tell you they let him stay in the match for way too long, had the opportunity, didn't move the ball in midfield, got undone by a moment of brilliance and an own goal late. Sometimes that happens, and it happened to City on the left coast.
And Oakland Roots able to get the win on the holiday weekend over Detroit City FC. Let's check out our player to watch, brought to you around the chessboard, as I like to say. Matt Sheldon's played a lot of different positions, and he's done them all very well.
He may look like a man on your TV screens right now, but he's a Swiss Army knife. And that's what Danny Dichio loves about him. He can plug him in, ask him to do a number of different things, fill a number of different roles. And with the injuries that City have had to deal with, he's had to step up, and he has.
Last time out for Hartford Athletic, we talked about it. It's been a bit of a struggle as far as the season has been going along. You wouldn't know it. Their last USL matchup, they blanked Loudon 3-0. They put it to them.
You know what? That's called a palate cleanser. You've had a rough start to the season. You haven't gotten the points, but now you find that you can play as a unit again, and you get a convincing win. They want to carry that into tonight.
The player to watch for Hartford Athletic. He's a youngster, 21-year-old Mamadou Jang, 3 goals, 2 assists. Now, last season, double digits in goals, was a 3-time USL Team of the Week performer. He finished strong. He started strong.
You know what? 3 goals on the season this year. He's had a tough start, but the Senegalese forward is starting to find his form. We see him making better working with.
In Keyworth, it is summertime, and we are ready for a good one. When we come back, we'll get you the starting 11s. And, of course, we will kick it. Detroit City FC, Hartford Athletic. We have it for you. Coming up next.
Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With 0 hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
Some people are born warriors. Something drives them forward, past any obstacle, towards something bigger. Maybe they weren't born with a silver spoon, but they were born with a purpose. At Wayne State University, we take this drive and turn it into so much more, so they can become warrior strong.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Hi, Dave from DTE here. Ooh, this dirty HVAC filter makes your system work a lot harder, and that costs money. But they're really easy to change. First, just check the edge of it to see it's that easy. Energy bill savings. Get more tips on our website.
Detroit City FC is brought to you by Fago, proud to be the official pop of DCFC. For Pontchartrain, the official hotel partner of Detroit City FC. And Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Back inside Keyworth Stadium, just about ready to rock. Let's check out the starting 11 for DCFC. As always, brought to you by the DMC. And John, as we take a look, we talked about it, Stephen Carroll's absence. You got to move some things around.
You do indeed, and so you're going to see Darren Smith up top, but look at that back line. You got Shane Wheat needs to step in. Matt Sheldon moving out to the wing for DCFC. More fun, though, 2 names on the reserves bench. Zane Elder and Bilal Obeid. Coming up tonight from DCFC 2, the side.
Athletic brought to you by Fort Pontchartrain Hotel, the official hotel partner of DCFC. The 4-3-3 in effect. What are you seeing, John?
Well, I'm taking a look at Jang up top. He's going to be fed by a midfield that likes to push it out wide and move through. We'll see if they can get him the service he needs.
All right, so we are just about ready to rock. Detroit City FC will have the possession first. The referee is Trevor Wiseman. The ARs, Kevin Hewitt and Adam Cook, 1 and 2. Ryan Homick is the fourth official. 82 degrees, but 80% humidity makes it feel like it's 89 as we are ready to go. Winds out of the south at about 10 miles per hour at the back of Detroit City, and we are underway. And Ryan Williams pings one into the quarter, and there you get a look at that wind.
It's been fresh all day, and just like our last home match here at Keyworth Stadium, it's going to play a role, City moving with it in the first half.
Neil Rule, John Krieger, happy to have you along. Ball played up. Makangila headed it into space. Run on the left side. So Medea plays it in. That ball redirected off the header. And Carlos Saldana getting the start tonight at the keeper spot, pounces on it.
And we talked about that in the open, and 1 minute into the game, Jang with a good overlapping run in a position to get the header, just couldn't get enough purchase on it, and Saldana able to collect easily.
Boy, heavy pressure by Hartford Athletic to start. Very physical play by Jordan Scarlett.
And Jang muscling some players off the ball as he presses early. We talk about physical play. Physical play can also lead to discipline issues. Hartford with a number of yellow cards and red cards.
And Samadia was in the mix.
City need to correct their defensive shape, and they need to do it right now. They have left a couple of avenues open early where players were played onside. And the defense at 6s and 7s right now with the early pressure from Hartford.
Villanueva turns, clears it. Headed towards the line by Joe Farrell, and yes, the whistle does sound. Farrell, the USL Championship veteran, 31 years old, over 230 USL Championship matches played.
It's an interesting mix for this Hartford side as they kind of remake themselves. You got some USL veterans that know the league and can train others, but they've gone heavy on some of the international presence. You see a lot of African presence. You see some presence from the Caribbean nations as well, bringing some of that international flair, mixing well with the USL veterans under.
Above his Hartford Athletic with the unforced error.
This allows City to kind of reopen things. Set up in the attacking third.
And that whistle will go against Detroit City, and there's about 6,000 unlicensed referees. Well, maybe some of them are licensed. I shouldn't speak for everybody, but by and large, they don't like the call.
Well, let's just say that it wasn't popular with the home faithful, and we'll just put it that way.
That's fair.
Now, the other side to that is, and we've got a City player down behind the play. The other side to that is, Neil, if that's the standard for what a foul is, you got to quickly adjust to what the referee is calling.
Maureen Lilly and the Detroit City FC training staff make their way out. And this actually came after the ball
had been played away.
Vacated the spot, so we did not get a look at it, but our Fago replay did.
Maybe knocked how the camera goes away. It was a physical battle. And it was behind the camera as well. The
Yes,
Fago
it
replay
was.
lied.
But that's okay. Rock and rye still delicious. All right, that ball pinged across.
Had one before the match.
Yes, you did. Sebastian Anderson sends it out to Shane Beckford. Looks to make a turn, gets around Villanueva. His cross played away, and that shot buried into the left corner of the net. It's a big road goal to start. And it's finished by Jonathan Jimenez.
Absolute domination in the attacking third for Hartford Athletic. Detroit City's defense all over the place. Just got muscled off the ball. A shot through a screen, not a whole lot Saldana could do. And it's 1-0 to Hartford, picking up where they left off against Loudoun United. Also worth noting, they've had some time off. Look at the way they just win the physical battle. Comes around, puts it in the mixing bowl. Horrible clearance attempt, puts it on the boot of an attacker, and Jimenez finishes.
Jimenez's first goal of the season, has 1 assist as well. He signed with Hartford in December before this season. 70 matches played with 23 goals for New York City FC2. Played his college soccer at North Carolina. He can play.
And on that goal, I think it was Amu Mensah in there trying to make the clearance. Not used to seeing him whiff that badly on a clearance attempt to set up Jimenez.
Yamazaki plays it back. Saldana, Amu Mensah. Villanueva, Hartford Athletic, even with the goal, still hungry. Jonathan Jimenez.
City want the quick restart there. They're going to press and be physical. They want to. They want to get out there and jump. They learned some things in that win over Loudoun United last time out in the league. And they had the holiday weekend off.
Villanueva in the corner. That ball redirected, so a corner coming up.
So Hartford haven't played a match, Neil, since June 28th, all right? So we're looking at 14 days without action. And you come off a win, you come off of a performance against City in the Jägermeister Cup, and you get a chance to reset and do things as a unit. And this is a perfect start for Athletic.
1-0 here in the 8th minute. Hartford Athletic getting the jump. An early goal by Jonathan Jimenez. Anthony Siaha, the keeper, 6'6". Ball swung towards the back post. That one's headed down and cleared off. I believe Jimenez came over to play it away.
Good job by City here to keep control after the corner. Try to keep the pressure on. Decent service in. Decent job defensively by Jimenez on the corner.
Juve works his way around. Pings another one across Bryant. Service into the box. 3 defenders line up for Hartford Athletic. Spins away. Amu Mensah plays it down. Villanueva. Overlapping run. Juve steps through 2 defenders. Juve gives it a rip. And that one is headed away. And it will go out for a corner. So Detroit City FC coming to life.
2 attempts on goal. 2 times it hasn't made it through to the keeper. That's your defense sacrificing themselves. And City keeping the pressure on, this time a corner from the far side.
Well, Juve looks like he has intent. Corner kicks brought to you by the Spot Massage Therapy. And that intent by Juve seems to have been contagious for Detroit City.
You know what? The goal woke him up. And this is much better offensively.
Montez sends it in. Clearance played away. Yamazaki comes over to get it. And the flag goes up. Take this opportunity to talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by Suburban Hyundai of Troy. Detroit City FC, John, you talked about it in the open, back home for a minute now.
9 of 11 on the road. I've never seen a schedule like that. That's brutal going on both coasts. But now you get to finish the season with a heavy home presence. You have to, as Danny Dicchio said when he talked to us, make Keyworth a fortress. They did it last year, got them to a first-round playoff host. This year, haven't been as electric at home, need to be better. On the other side for Hartford, got to figure out how to do what you haven't done. You haven't won away from home. They got to figure out a way to do that tonight, and they're off to a good start.
Yes, they are. Coming into play, they have actually never won here at Keyworth. They've also never had a 1-goal lead 6 minutes and change into the match. But they do tonight.
Hartford's all-time record against City 1-3-4.
Juve called for the foul. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Alumnify, smart banking, fearless football, one winning team. Alumnify, proud partner of DCFC.
Also Alumnify involved, and there was a presentation before the match for the culmination of Detroit City FC's Pride Raiser efforts with the Ruth Ellis Center, and a check was presented to the Ruth Ellis Center for $59,820 following a potential partner in Alumnify. He's so proud to be a part of that as well.
Boy, the DCFC fans, they always step up, man. Every time, every year, just continues to grow and grow.
And last year, they were right around the $50,000 mark, beat that by 20%.
Right.
Just shows you how much heart there is in the Detroit City FC community.
Sebastian Anderson standing over. Sumadia also. And having another conversation in the 18.
The debate society is starting early, my friend.
Yes, it is. That ball whipped towards the back corner. Saldana comes off the line to punch it away. Sheldon.
Better control of that ball. Nice to send it up. Kind of release the pressure a little bit. Yeah, you can see the throw, but you can see the throw in the defensive third. Or your attacking third, Hartford's defensive third.
Well, the pace has really slowed all of a sudden. It's got almost a second half feel to it already here in the 13th minute.
You know what I think that has a little bit to do with, brother, is 80% humidity and a real feel of about 94 degrees here at 7 o'clock.
And that foul will go against Mamadou Zhang.
Tough foul, but no booking. I think Danny Dicchio might be inquiring as to why there wasn't a booking. Ball in the air. He just goes over the top. Absolutely over the top of Ryan Williams.
Fans of USL on CBS kicks off July with a hot showdown in the Championship Eastern Conference. Last season's final runner-up Rhode Island FC takes on Northeast rival Hartford Athletic on Saturday, July 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Massive television rating numbers for USL on CBS. Prestis plays it back. Prestis sends it up ahead. Michael Bryant cuts it out. That ball will bounce out of play. Oh, but John, getting back to the USL on CBS.
Electric numbers.
The numbers. You need to talk about it, man, because America has shown there's an appetite, and a large appetite, for USL Championship soccer.
And you know, the fun of it is, if you look at these USL sides, and especially the USL Championship sides, there is something authentic about it in the way that the league sets up, in the way that the ownership groups act and respond, in the fact that the football purists know that the league is looking at promotion and relegation, and you have, you know, the Jägermeister Cup. All of the things that the league do have a very authentically world football feel. And for those who know the game and enjoy the game, it's a welcome addition to the national TV sporting landscape. And that's why, if you look at the numbers between the USL Championship playoffs and other soccer on TV in this country, the USL Championship playoffs blew things out of the water.
Correct. Something about authenticity, man. When you look at social media, you know, clips and reels, what does well? Stuff that's real, right? Stuff that's organic. That ball slotted up ahead. Matt Sheldon hesitates, lost control of it. Jonathan Jimenez, the goal scorer, circles back with it.
Better pressure here from City. Look at the front three for Detroit City FC, spreading themselves, running at defenders, making them rush a pass, making them play the ball over the top. That gets Hartford out of their game a little bit and allows City to stay on the front foot. Got to keep that up. And now the long ball allows Hartford to try to set up and do the same thing. And an errant touch by City, and you have to be careful here.
Ball whipped up towards the 18. Michael Bryant will come over. It's brought to you by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Detroit City FC seats.
Juve wanted them to do a quick restart. He had acres of space. Now he's been bracketed by two Hartford defenders on the far side against the switch, because Hartford knows from the Jägermeister Cup match how effective City can be on the switch, and so they're trying to prevent that and keep the pressure on here.
Throw will go to City. Sebastian Anderson was a little bit surprised. And folks, since we're talking about national TV, the USL on ESPN2, you can watch July 18th as Eastern Conference rivals battle it out. Detroit City FC, Pittsburgh Riverhounds in a fight to grab points and move up the standings in the Eastern Conference. Friday, July 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2, live from right here at Keyworth. Wonder if there'll be any electricity in the building that night.
I believe yes. I believe the electricity in this building could power Hamtramck.
Probably could.
They will be here early.
And often.
They will be here socially charged up, well lubricated on Friday night. It's going to be fun. You and I get a night off. I might come down here and have a soda pop or two.
That's right. I will too, as long as you're buying. Villanueva will throw it in. I like how I worked that in. That was a veteran move.
Yeah, you know.
You can't say no.
You're right.
I can't say no.
You know what? I'll buy a soda pop.
All right, there you go. I like it. Amu Mensah sends that one up ahead. Darren Smith. And that is clearly the intent. Detroit City FC trying to get number 7 the ball.
You know, it's a fine line, though, with Darren Smith, because part of the reason his scoring has stagnated a little bit, Danny Dicchio, very honest about this, is that he kind of stays up front and he's been waiting for service to come to him. Danny Dicchio says he sat down and talked with him about coming back, being more involved in the play, setting up the 1-2 again to try to get him more involved in the offense, because if the midfield's having some trouble, and it has because of the injuries, then your striker sits on an island, and then that neutralizes the offense. So it'll be very interesting to see how involved he gets in the offense tonight and the touches, and where.
And as you say that, he plays the touch across, but if you're Hartford Athletic, you are cool with Darren Smith playing the ball in his own half of the pitch.
Yep,
that
absolutely.
is the goal. I learned that from you.
You know, every once in a while, blind squirrel finds a nut.
Entertaining and informative. Saldana off the line.
He may be the first person in recorded history to use those two words in the same sentence about me.
I was just trying to be nice. All right, sent out to the right side. So played it back. Michael Bryant with it. Hartford Athletic, very interesting setup. A high front line, a deep back line, and a lot of space in the middle. You seeing what I'm seeing out there?
Absolutely. Now, City need to take advantage and use the space and move the ball. So watch how many touches they take with the ball. Anything more than 2, if you're not gaining space, you got a problem. So there's a ball out wide, 1 touch, 2 touch, plays it away. There's a ball at the back, one touch to control. Now you've gained some space, so that's a good thing. But if you're trying to change direction and trying to move things forward and beat and use that space, you gotta move the ball quicker. Because Hartford Athletic also really cool with this, playing it backward and across. They'll play that for the next 85 minutes, or 70 minutes, and you're done.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Old Nation Brewing Company, celebrating 10 years of independent and respectfully brewed beers.
And we're going to have a booking. That's a pull down from behind.
Says Juve. Not the guy you want to see on a booking if you're Detroit City.
No, he's a high-spirited player. Him in the book after 20 minutes is difficult for Detroit City FC. So Juve gets beaten off the ball. Yep. 2 hands around the waist. You got to let him go there. He's in that situation, he's not going to burn you. You had 5 defenders behind that were going to pick up the trash on losing the ball. And he was carrying the ball toward the touchline. Yeah, you got beat. Get back into position. Instead, you give up your yellow card, and now a very high-spirited midfielder's got to play cautious football for the next 70 minutes.
Anderson drives that one in, and Amu Mensah clears it out. Sebastian Anderson, 22 years old. Came up through the Colorado Rapids Academy of MLS, signed a homegrown contract. 2019. Played 22 matches for them.
Oh, frustration there from City's midfield after the interception. And now Hartford full head of steam.
Angelina makes a run. Has it outside the 18. Cross in, and it's 2-0. Hartford Athletic. Boy, beautiful execution. And a very nice finish on the other end. But how about that play? Boy, Angelina got that ball in space and served it up.
And I believe it's Zhang on the other end. City give away the ball and are absolutely wrecked in the counter. Angelina's service in, back post waiting. Zhang rises, fires, and scores.
Goal number 4 on the season for Mamadou Zhang. He had 11 goals last year for Hartford Athletic. Led the team in that department at just 20 years old. He really came on at the end of the season last year. And he's a problem this year as well.
And partner, let me tell you, if the alarm bells were kind of ringing after goal number 1, the alarm sirens and klaxons and bells and whatever you got are ringing on the DCFC bench after goal number 2, because both Hartford Athletic goals were plain and simple City getting bossed. You got bossed on the counter for the second. You got bossed by bad defensive positioning and a bad clearance on the first, and you're 2-0 down after 22 minutes. Now, the good side, if you're a City fan, you still got 60 plus to try to figure out how to get 2 back, and you can do that. You've shown you can score 2 against this Hartford team. You did it in the Jägermeister Cup. So there's a long way to go, but a perfect start for Athletic to try to pick up their first ever win at Keywood.
Set piece coming up for Detroit City. Ryan Williams looking directly into the sun. More discussion before the restart. Ryan Williams drives it in. Boy, Matt Sheldon was right in the area. That ball headed to the far post, and the stop is made. Boy, Siaha had to go horizontal to the turf, and that became a lot more, I think, John, than anybody thought it would be when it started.
I'll tell you what, but sometimes you get lucky like that. Siaha, who hadn't been tested much today, had to step up and make a save. City trying to get one right back and respond quickly.
Sweet goes up to win it. Akingila is able to control it.
And Zhang making some decent runs in against the City backline. He was almost on the end of that long ball. And then he goes and pressures City into a rushed pass that results in a change of possession. Zhang playing possessed along the forward line tonight for Hartford Athletic. And now we got a set piece opportunity. Boy, if Hartford get a third here.
So Medea over in the neighborhood, as is Sebastian Anderson. So Medea, another one, just 24 years old. Sierra Leone. 15 matches for their national team. Instead, Anderson serves it in. Aaron Smith goes up, got a head on it. Was loose temporarily. Juve able to clear it away. But a throw coming for Hartford Athletic.
And Hartford Athletic setting up for a long throw into the box.
Sebastian Anderson over. No, instead, lay it off. So Medea, he'll whip it in.
And man, Zhang went perpendicular to the surface, or parallel to the surface to try to get a head on that.
But Joe Farrell came in like a wrecking ball. Atez Juve.
Joe Farrell's got 2 yellows and a red on the year. And he showed why he can be a physical player. Woof, with the shoulder and just absolutely laid him out.
Joe Farrell played his college soccer at LaSalle. We mentioned earlier, over 230 USL Championship matches played.
Yep, that's going to be a foul.
Akingila, the guilty party.
Look, I get when calls are borderline, but when you put 2 hands on a guy's back, shove him to the ground, and then turn around and ask the referee, what did I do wrong?
Right.
Like, there's a line.
Direct ball sent up. Aaron Smith's vicinity. Quick throw in. Joe.
The stats here tonight, a very interesting story through the first 30 minutes. Detroit City FC 66% of possession. Hartford just 33%. And yet, Hartford have won more duels. Hartford have more interceptions. Hartford have more shots. That's the difference between possession and possession with intent.
Corner kick coming up for Detroit City FC. See if they can get something going. Boy, I believe that was Matt Sheldon. He just put it on himself to make something happen, and he won a corner.
Well, that's why we talked about him in the open, man. He has filled a lot of things for DCFC, and he can put a team on his back with the way that he plays.
Corner kicks brought to you by the Spot Massage Therapy. DCFC trying to massage a goal here on a set piece. Ball sent in, and it's cleared off the line.
Oh, the keeper was down, and City has service in. Spins, drops, keeper's down, but they whiff on the header.
Corner sent in again. This one played away. Villanueva was ready. That ball whipped in, but right at the chest. Siaha.
That's great pressure by Atez Juve to keep control of the body, and still he concedes the throwback and Hartford have possession, but Juve keeps it in the attacking third and lets City's defense set up. Those are the little intangibles that can get you back in a match.
Juve and Matt Sheldon right now are turning it up a little bit.
Yep, but Juve's got to be careful that he turns it up carefully. because you're on a booking. So you got to have that intensity, but smart intensity.
Mensa locked up with Zhang. Juve tried to turn and move. Jimenez just send it back.
Well, watch out, Shane Wheat. Shane Wheat played it back to his keeper with his back to his opponent and almost put the Hartford player through on goal.
Angelina. I know the goal scorers get all the run and everything like that. Angelina has been an issue. His effort, his speed, he's making things happen. Oh, and there's a turnover by Yamazaki.
Neil, watch when Detroit City has the ball in their own defensive third. Hartford sets up a triangle of defenders, and they've been really good at just cutting off the passing lanes. And it's led to a lot of these interceptions because you make a player wait with the ball, and sometimes they rush things. And that's been the case for City a lot tonight.
Siaha way off the goal line. Mensa knocks it up.
Got to win a ball. There it is.
Yamazaki turns.
See, now watch how Hartford sets up here with City on the ball. They'll have one player in front, they'll scoot another player out wide that just cuts off that passing lane.
Boy, the triangle just, I see it, John. It just moves.
Sets right up in that little triangle in the middle. They're going to have one guy on the ball, but the more important are the other two legs of that triangle that are waiting there, daring you to try to pass them and find an opponent. The way you counteract that is you got to move better off the ball. You got to keep moving so the triangle doesn't have time to set up. And so now you switch out wide, and that's better. And you force a foul, and you keep it moving, and you change direction. And that doesn't allow Hartford to slow it down and set up those two players behind.
Michael Bryant. Ball will bounce right at the feet. Anthony Siaha. 158 goals against average, 61% save rate. 3 clean sheets on the season as well.
Oh, look out, Zhang. And that is not a smart decision on his part. He's getting the yellow for playing the ball after the whistle.
Right.
You see the whistle, you stop. That whistle, the stadium was quieter. There were 2 tweets on the whistle from the official. Zhang chose to continue on, had the opportunity to stop. He kept that moving. That's the law of the game. It's going to be a booking every time.
Yellow card's brought to you by the Seva Law Firm. Zhang controls it again. A sea of Detroit City defenders this time. Angelina take one of them on.
And what's so good about what Zhang is doing movement-wise, watch the way he moves from playing off of one center back, then the other center back, then one center back.
He's moving very confidently.
He
isn't
is.
He?
And
you can see it.
So he's testing multiple defenders, which means that one defender doesn't get in a rhythm of playing. And it allows for him to kind of find the weak spots and move through. So he'll lock up with one, and then on the next play he'll lock up with the other. And nobody can really get a feel for what he wants to do.
Some more set piece, pre-set piece discussion. Corner sent in. Boy, Mensa paid the price, but he did the job. Beckford nearly had it taken away.
Yep, that's going to be a booking.
Yep. City actually, though, could have had a 3-on-2. counter.
And I think that's why the booking happened, because the advantage was quickly neutralized. So City come in, cleanly win the ball. He leaves the leg in. Contact is high on the shin. That's kind of that middle level challenge. There are 3 levels of challenge. You have careless, you have reckless, you have serious foul play. Careless is one thing. Reckless in the middle, that puts you in that realm of getting that yellow card, and that's a little bit reckless to leave the leg in when you've lost the ball. So now 2 bookings in quick succession for a team that picks up a number of them in Hartford Athletic. Advantage being played.
Ball sent in. Almumensa clears it out. Boy, Jimenez is just a couple inches away from making a bid at a brace.
Look, tip of the cap right there to Trevor Weissman. That's an excellent job by the official of playing advantage. The play was allowed to continue. The chance did materialize for Hartford. City clears it away, but that's what you want to see from officials, is letting that advantage go.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Wayne State, proud to be the official higher education partner of Detroit City Football Club. 2-0 Hartford Athletic with the lead. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you at Keyworth Stadium. Warm summer evening. All sent in, which is code for a humid summer evening. Humidity is high. Here come Detroit City. Darren Smith making a run. He's moving pretty quickly. Ball slotted ahead. Smith leaves it back. And a goal put in. Beautiful setup by Darren Smith. Artez Juve finishes it off. And it's 2-1. Hartford Athletic League cut in half.
City run the counter to perfection, and it's game on at Keyworth. Played back and away from the keeper. And a beautiful finish. I thought for a moment the ball was going to be played behind and Darren Smith wasn't going to have a chance to get anything done. But he regroups, sees Juve continuing his run, played it back to him, and Juve bangs it home. The perfect counter, and Keyworth comes alive again.
We said it earlier, Artez Juve was bringing in energy here this evening, even in the face of a 2-0 deficit. But now all of Keyworth is feeling that energy. Villanueva.
And that will lift this team. This crowd can lift this team. That's what makes this building so special.
Bryant in some space that wasn't previously available over there. Bryant still with it. Service towards the back post. Juve sends it back to the middle. Yamazaki was running through. Bryant, Villanueva.
Played out wide, there it is.
Juve 1v1, he'll take everybody on. Villanueva turns. His cross in! And it's touched away, Sheldon over. And that will be a throw.
I think Juve megged the guy. Better intensity this from City. They've got the transmission out of neutral.
Zaki unable to keep it. Boy, Juve, he'll take on anyone.
There it is. I gotcha. Sebastian Anderson felt like he was back in U11s again.
Joe goes to Juve. Villanueva. Yamazaki.
Oh, that's a great sacrifice by Yamazaki. Got to keep it moving.
Sheldon has it. Joe has some space. Sheldon finds him. Joe rips the cross in, and it's right towards the frame.
And Darren Smith kind of got checked up by the center back there for Hartford. He got taken off his run a little bit, or he'd have been there to meet that with a header, and it might have been 2-all.
Boy, Joe Farrell right now is animated with his guys. John, you always look for tells, right? That's a tell. They're concerned with what's going on.
to counter change this game. The old adage is goals change games, and I know it's cliche, but boy, is it true, partner. Because now City are moving without the ball much better.
And with the ball much better. Juve again. Juve goes down. Darren Smith tracks back to take it away. Just over top of Michael Bryant.
Juve still down, and so now we'll stop things up. I think he took a pretty hard shot to the shin. He's been holding the shin ever since he went down.
Darren Smith comes over, helps Juve to his feet. Let's take a look at a couple different Fago replays.
So here's the play on Juve, and yeah, he got a stud on the shin. Those are not comfortable. And then on the other side, Juve. There's another look at it. Yeah, he just studs to the shin. Not a single player in this game loves that feeling.
Sheldon over, he won it again. Williams pops it up.
So you got to keep the pressure up though. That little stoppage there for Juve's injury kind of took it off the boil a little bit. Got to get right back on it.
Amu Mensah. Villanueva. Good ball to Ryan Williams. Juve tried to toe poke it through. Amu Mensah came back, took it away from everyone.
And now the touch is getting a little sloppy from Hartford.
Mensah won that ball again. Oh, and just overcooks on the chest. But the crowd, well, that shows you, these Detroit City fans,
they're ready to go.
They know what they're watching right there. That was an incredible display of effort by Amu Mensah.
And you know what one of the differences here is? You know who he's locking up with? Angelina, who was so dangerous and has been for Hartford. But the last about 5 minutes, Devin Amu Mensah started to get a little bit of a read on Angelina. Start matching up with him physically and winning a couple of those battles.
He has been getting into him a little bit.
Yep. Leaving a little bit on him, locking up with him.
Zaki taken down from behind. This could be a booking, and it will be.
And you can have zero argument.
Akangila, the guilty party, and the cards beginning to mount. A couple of looks.
You got several players for Hartford Athletic with multiple yellow cards on the season, and that's why. Yamazaki was passed, reached out, grabs the shirt, pulls him down, textbook yellow, off you go.
3 yellows right now for Hartford Athletic.
And
44th minute.
And against players, by the way, that are going to have to stand strong as City continues to grow in midfield.
Juve.
Oh, what a move.
Hesitates and accelerates. Juve puts the brakes on, and the foul is called. Boy, Atez Juve is a flat-out problem right now for Hartford Athletic.
The stop-start on that, the control on his lower body to get to the situation where the only recourse his defender had was to foul him was electric. Kept the top of the body in control so you keep your balance. The bottom stop-start just flat-out created this set piece.
Villanueva and Juve. Matt Sheldon inside the 6. Fizzed in towards the back post. Jobe controls it. And that ball just cleared out. Williams couldn't control it. Angelina good. Angelina sends it towards the back post. Nobody on the other side, but it will be a throw for City. 4 minutes of stoppage time.
important here for City A. Keep your intensity up. Keep strong defensively.
Another foul on Hartford Athletic. Shane Wheat, his eyes up. Bryant curls it up ahead. Elijah turns, just overcooked it. But Sheldon made an aggressive run one more time.
And the aggressive nature of play from Detroit City FC in the last 15 minutes has been absolutely outstanding. They have Hartford Athletic back on their heels. Hartford Athletic just wants to get to the locker room at this point. It's time for the team talk.
Still some time to play with here for Detroit City. But yeah, Hartford Athletic. Bryant. Shrug Jang off. Those high lines and that attacking pressure we saw from Hartford Athletic the first 30 minutes of this match, those have come and gone.
We said when they put in that second goal, there was a long way to go. And 2-1 now looks an awful lot better, and I would say the advantage lies with Detroit City FC.
Villanueva thought he had a quick restart going.
Well, he tried to gain a little real estate. If you're going to quick restart, you got to make sure the ball is motionless and in the right spot. Referees will call you on that every time.
There's Sheldon stepping through. Ryan Williams calls for it. Juf, 1v1. Now 1v2. Juf turns into the 18.
That might have deflected off of somebody. Yeah, we're gonna have goal kick.
Boy, that stop-start spin was pure electricity.
His lower body control has been off the charts since he picked up that booking. Just absolutely electric.
This should just about do it for the first half. Bangs it down the pitch. Throw coming for Detroit City.
It's a great second half of the first half for Detroit City FC. Responded to going 2-0 down and have absolutely owned the last 20 minutes. They head to the locker room with their spirits high, got to pick it up after halftime. But you've got to give the advantage even down a goal with the way they're playing right now to homestanding Le Rouge. And Hartford got to figure out a way to right the ship again and hang on, try to pick up their first ever road win here at Keyworth, Neil.
So when we come back, we'll get you all the halftime festivities and, of course, get you ready to rock what's going to be a great second half. Halftime brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. 2-1 Hartford Athletic. Don't go anywhere. This is USL Championship Soccer.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. From Royal Oak to Jefferson Avenue. Grab a friend and a jersey too and chant like you give a damn. Now we're talking Detroit, and Stroh's is spoken here.
Here's Smith again, the chip! Give him two! It's through two defenders! Oh, what a goal by June! Morris Summer soccer is in full swing. Feel the adrenaline, embrace the excitement, and be a part of every heart-pounding moment at historic Keyworth Stadium. Single match tickets available right now at deadcityfc.com/tickets. Summer soccer is in full swing. Feel the adrenaline, embrace the excitement, and be a part of every heart-pounding moment at historic Keyworth Stadium. Single match tickets available right now at deadcityfc.com/tickets.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go. Halftime brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Hartford Athletic, the 2-1 lead over Detroit City FC. One of the more entertaining guys to be around on this Detroit City FC side. The keeper tonight, Mr. Carlos Saldana. Let's get to know more about Carlos.
The shot and save made.
Wow, in behind, good save, Herrera.
Detroiter in behind here. Huge save by Herrera.
Hey, I'm Carlos Herrera. I'm from San Leandro, California, and I'm a goalkeeper for Detroit City FC. I've known obviously about Detroit for a long time now. I played NPSL in Little Rock, and this was back in 2015, 2016, and even back then when I was playing, it was a lot of noise coming from Detroit City. I remember seeing on social media, how they would sell out games, 6,000, 7,000, however many fans. To see them still doing that today, and obviously doing it at a bigger stage, and doing it at the professional level now, it's something that really drew me with the opportunity to be a part of it. So when it came about, it was kind of somewhat of a no-brainer, but it was very enticing, and I was like, man, I'd love to be a part of this. So things worked out, and thankfully now I'm here. Emerson, he coached in the conference in which I played when I was in college. Being from the Bay Area, we had the ability to work whenever we were there for the off seasons or for winter breaks or whatever. So developed a relationship of just being able to train together. So the ability to work with him full time, knowing how good the quality of his work is from the little times that I do get to work with him throughout the years, was also a big factor in the sense of, okay, I know what he brings, I know how important it is to have a goalkeeper coach that you trust, so it only attracted me that much more to coming here. When we came here in 23 and seeing the environment and seeing the fans and the atmosphere, it's kind of, it's not many places that you go and you see their fans and you just kind of take a step back and you're like, this is kind of crazy. And this was one of the places that really captures that soccer atmosphere and the passion that the fans have for the game and for the team. So, I mean, that really stands out, and it's like, okay, to be able to be a part of that and have that, instead of yelling at you, backing you for 18 games, however many games we have at home, it just makes everything so much better.
Here's Smith again, the chip! Give him two! It's through two defenders! Oh, what a goal by Jude! Morris, service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City!
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off Annie. Take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was
Put the load right on me.
totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
The back off the goal kick. Williams! And Molina in the box. Keeper's up. He scores! Here's Smith again, the chip! Give him 2! It's through 2 defenders! Oh, what a goal by 2! Morris, service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City! Welcome back to Halftime, brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Hartford Athletic up 2-1 over Detroit City FC. Second half, folks, going to be electric. Let's check out what's popping in and around USL Championship. Get caught up with the news and notes. A lot of news going on. Tampa Bay Rowdies, new coach, as a matter of fact. And look, that just goes to show you what the standard is in Tampa.
And you know what? What he was able to do with Union Omaha was very impressive down in USL League One. So now you have a situation where he can come up with a program in Tampa that can give him the resources he needs. That's a good pickup.
We talked about all the TV ratings on national TV networks for the USL Championship. Attendance numbers as well. El Paso Locomotive, Rhode Island FC, almost 11,000 in Rhode Island to set a new club record for attendance. The league is very, very healthy.
You know what? And that's the same thing we were talking about with the TV. When you have an authentic experience and people realize what it is to come out to a USL match, good things happen, and they happen with those attendances.
The live draw coming up for the USL Jägermeister Cup knockout rounds on CBS Sports Golazo. That's next Friday, July 18th at 9 a.m. Eastern, so everybody lock in for that. How about as far as what's going on tonight? It's a lighter early schedule here in USL Championship. Only 1 goal on the board. Miami FC with the lead over Lexington, but the aforementioned Rhode Island FC and Indy 11, they are scoreless through the first 45 minutes of play. Folks, now it's time for the experience presented by El Imador, Spike Vivedas. And right, it is a video docuseries that shows the history, passion, and community of USL clubs and their supporter groups. The latest episode showcases Rhode Island FC and their support group, Defiant 1636, available on the USL YouTube channel on July 17th. So we'll take our final break, come back, and get you the second half of action.
We want to be the loudest people around. We want you to hear where we are at.
Oh, what a goal!
No one thought we would do what we did against Louisville. We were hot, we were clicking, we were scoring goals.
Even after the whistle blew and they were champions, forget about it. Raise your scarves. We kept playing.
I don't think I've heard a louder scream from a group of people than we did that night.
That's the important thing about this group. They never stop loving their team.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Some people are born warriors. Something drives them forward, past any obstacle, towards something bigger. Maybe they weren't born with a silver spoon, but they were born with a purpose. At Wayne State University, we take this drive and turn it into so much more. so they can become warrior strong.
Here's Smith again, the chip! Give him two! It's through two defenders! Oh, what a goal by Juve! Morris, service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City!
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With zero hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
Detroit City FC is brought to you by Fago, proud to be the official pop of DCFC. Fort Pontchartrain, the official hotel partner of Detroit City FC. And Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Neil Rule, John Krieger back here with you. 2-1 Hartford Athletic with the lead through the first 45. And here's a look at how we got here, John. Hartford Athletic, a dream start.
5 minutes on the clock, and Detroit City FC didn't come out of the gates. Hartford kept out and kept pressing Detroit City FC, and the pressure paid off. Great service into the area, a clearance attempt that Devin Amumensa would like back, and Jimenez on the other end of the poor clearance after the decent service turned, fired, and scored, and it was 1-0 Hartford Athletic almost from the jump. Then on 23 minutes, great service in again. Angelina going out wide, waits for his defender to come to use as a screener, puts beautiful service toward the back post, and Chang just skies over his defender and heads it home, and it's 2-0, and things aren't looking good for Detroit City FC at that point. But then things change in the 38th minute. After an interception, the counter, Juve to Smith, back heel. Juve continues his run. It's 2-1. Keyworth comes alive again, and Detroit City FC controlled the final 15 minutes heading into the locker room. 2-1 at the half.
Taking a look at the halftime stats, and these numbers really dictate what Detroit City FC was able to do. And really, John, everything that was amassed by Hartford Athletic was over the course, I would say, of the first 30 minutes of that first half. For that final 15, that's when City did all their damage.
Absolutely. Take a look at it, only one shot on target for City, but it's the goal. The thing is, in the second half of that first half, Neil, it was much better movement, much better possession for City, and so they have a deserved chance to climb back into this game.
So we are just about ready to go for the second half of play. John, what do you expect to see? What do you think you'll see?
Well, Detroit City FC have to figure out how to continue the momentum they had in the final 15 minutes. You just sat down for 15. You got to get out and keep going. You got to move without the ball better like you did in the end of that first half, and you got to continue to test the Hartford back line and stretch that midfield from touchline to touchline. You do that, good things are going to happen. On the other side, Hartford came out and punched Detroit City FC in the mouth for the first 22 minutes of this match. And then they sat back with a 2-goal lead and got a little bit passive. Passes got a little looser. They picked up some bookings. It allowed City back into the match. I know you're playing with a 1-goal lead. I know you don't win often away from home, but you got to play like it's 0-0 and get that aggressive mentality back. If you don't do that, if you sit back, it's a matter of time before City finally equalizes.
10 of the next 13 matches for Detroit City FC here at Keyworth. We would love to get things jump-started with a comeback this evening. Second half underway. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. Happy to have you along on a Saturday night. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by DTE Energy. DTE recommends installing carbon monoxide detectors in your home and business today.
And you can already see what the halftime message was for Hartford Athletic. They are up and trying to press again. They pushed the kickoff deep, and they're trying to force City to move out from their own half. And again, the pressing starting early in the half here. That's exactly what they needed to do coming out of the dressing room.
Joe looks like his positioning's been adjusted. Bryant will clear it out. Boy, Atez Juve was vocal with Joe telling him, get up, get up, get up. Zaki draws the foul.
So they want to keep things moving.
Matt Sheldon, who was so good in the first half, gets through a couple of defenders.
He really was quite excellent.
Sent up into space, back heel, Villanueva. Zaki after the turnover. These teams have flipped roles in the first 30 minutes of this match. Miyazaki turns. And he's tripped up from behind.
That's going to be a dangerous set piece, and this is exactly what you wanted to see from Detroit City once they got out of their defensive third. Varying the movement, continuing to press the ball forward. Excellent start to the second half.
You have some options here if you're Detroit City. Atez Juve can quite simply just take it himself from there.
And he has the range to do that.
Yes, he does. Villanueva for the service angle. Darren Smith is lurking. Let's see. Juve whips it towards the corner, just over top. Shane Wheat was making a run.
And I think that's a little miscommunication. I think Wheat expected him just to have a go on goal, and instead he put it on a plate, and if Shane Wheat could have jumped at all, he could have just tapped that home on the back post. The keeper was not in a position to make a save on that. Came in too fast, and Wheat didn't anticipate it. And so the set piece chance goes wasted.
81 degrees here at the opening of the second half.
What's the real feel?
87 degrees.
So uncomfortable is what you're telling me.
And there's a go, and what a stop made by Saldana.
Really good positioning by Saldana here to stay with the ball.
Boy, Angelina again.
Caught up to it. Beat his man. And on just one touch, swung the leg at it. And if Saldana doesn't stay with that, put himself in a good position, it's
you're going to the crap table, and you could bust. Absolutely. That thing was tucked up against the post. Corner coming for Hartford Athletic. Ball sent over the top. Oh, and a penalty will be awarded.
Yeah.
Lijope.
City player ran over a Hartford player. I saw him go down, and I wondered if the whistle was going to be there. Now, that signal you just saw was the referee asking for space to talk to the captain. He's made the crossed arms over top of his head. So he's going to go over and explain to the captain the contentious decision.
And all eyes on our Fago replay.
So there's the service in, and Joe just puts his hand in the back.
Whoa.
That's a tough decision.
Job shaking his head. Angelina will be at the spot. Saldana with his feet on the line. Mishi Angelina looking for a second goal of the season. Tension builds. Huge moment in this match. Angelina, the run up. And Saldana makes the stop.
Neil, I believe that's a little bit of football karma.
Michael Bryant along the line. Sheldon locked up. Galena again, that ball cleared away. And the Northern guard
letting
Galena know he came up short.
He telegraphed that shot all the way. You saw it in the run-up. Watch his head. Head and shoulders in the run-up. Telegraphed it all the way. Saldana read it perfectly. Not a confident run-up.
Oh, you're right, John. You saw that replay. That left shoulder with the lead, the open to the right shoulder.
Just opened it right up. Gave the road map to Saldana.
In the world of poker, that's called a tell.
Yep. And you just got called.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Alumnify, smart making, fearless football, one winning team. Alumnify, proud partner of DCFC. That ball flicked across and a corner awarded. Carlos Saldana,
man of the hour right now.
As of this moment.
If City come back to draw level here, he is in strong contention for man of the match.
Second corner of the second half here in the 53rd minute. Ball driven in, Darren Smith clears it away. Galena stops and crosses. Amumensa plays it away. Jope touches it. Juf on the move. Boy, and Juf.
Oh, that's got to be a booking. He shoved him. Oh my.
Just a foul on Prestis. Wow. There was some malice in that challenge.
Forearm shiver.
Hartford Athletic with 3 yellows in this match. Darren Smith had to step through with it. Played back to the keeper, Siaha.
This game's getting a little chippy, Neil.
Yes, it is. It's got that feel right now. Shane Wheat booms it up into the sky.
So here's where City can use the fact that the game's getting a little chippy to their advantage. All right, you have 3 Hartford Athletic players on a booking.
Boy, beautiful ball. Up ahead to Darren Smith. Smith had it played away by Joe Farrell.
And Farrell is not happy over in the corner.
He got the call to go his way. I think originally that looks like that was a pretty easy corner call. I think originally it was called a corner. Farrell went nuts. Did they change it?
Yeah.
Joe Farrell's a guy, he plays with a very high motor. Siaha will put the boot to it. Got to press on.
Wasn't it Farrell who drew the penalty as well? I got to go back and check that, but it may have been Farrell that got taken down in the box and pumped his fist after a penalty was awarded. So the dark arts alive and well.
They always have been, John. They always have been. Like Brian tracks back. Dia sends it. Boy, that was dangerous. Jang just missed getting a brace. Beckford steps up. And the foul will be called. Villanueva drew that whistle. And fans, USL and CBS kicks off July with a hot showdown in the Championship Eastern Conference. Last season's final runner-up, Rhode Island FC takes on Northeast rival, Hartford Athletic, on July 19th. That's right, Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS. We just are about ready to cross into the 57th minute. Neil Rule, John Krieger, Keyworth Stadium. Happy to have you with us. Hartford Athletic had a 2-0 lead. Detroit City FC answered.
Deck's about to get shuffled. Neil, a couple guys putting shirts on. Danny Dicchio going to shuffle the deck a little bit.
Ryan Williams fouled from behind by Jimenez.
Connor Rutz and Jessiel Cedeno are readying themselves.
Momentum. But you've just flat out lost control of it.
And by the way, if you're thinking this is deja vu all over again, remember the last time these two teams met at the end of June in Hartford in the Jägermeister Cup. Hartford was up 2-1 until the 90th minute when City found an equalizer. And here they are at Keyworth up 2-1. City searching for the equalizer.
Jope will come out of the match, as will Matt Sheldon. Very, very good 57-plus minutes from Matt Sheldon.
He did everything Danny Dicchio asked of him and more. And now you bring on two guys with pace, an extra midfielder in Cedeno and an extra forward in Rutz. That's DCFC saying, as you have said to me so many times, partner, if you're down 2-1, it doesn't matter if you lose 3-1. Got to try to find a way to press forward and get that equalizer. Artes Juve stays on the pitch, as well he should, the way he's playing, but he's still on a booking. Disciplinary summary on the other side for Hartford. Nakangila, Zhang, and Beckford all on yellows. If City is smart, you find a way to get in their heads. Make the referee make a decision.
Sebastian Anderson. Standing over. Anderson will give way. That service in, flicked away. Connor Rutz, I believe. His head on that one. Turn it away.
Nice job. First touch, got up there and disrupted the set piece.
Another corner. I believe this is corner number 3 of the second half for Hartford Athletic. And mission accomplished for Hartford Athletic. By and large, City's playing in their own end in the second half.
What we said they needed to do coming out of halftime, force City back the way they did in the first part of the first half.
Corner sent in, headed towards the corner, but wide. Boy, it was a free-for-all inside that 18.
And it's going to be that way the rest of the contest, man. It's going to be chippy and physical and a free-for-all all over the pitch. Heat makes everybody cranky. Heat plus the pressures of USL Championship soccer add another element.
And that throw will go to City. Juve campaigned for it and won it.
So let's take a look here. Smith up top, Rutz up top. Yamazaki up top in a front 3.
This portion of the match brought to you by the Save-Out Law Firm. Cedeno with some space. Cedeno rips it! Oh, and what a stop made. Boy, Siaha had to go horizontal and just touched away at the last moment. Ball sent in, that's headed. Siaha makes the grab. Boy, Cedeno, 2 prime opportunities. Boy, Anthony Siaha making a bid for save of the week.
all-world saves, plural, by Siaha. Little okey-doke. Cedeno looks the defender off one way, shoots the other, and Siaha makes the save, then the header in. And the service comes across, and Siaha reads it, and Cedeno there and didn't get enough on it, and he knows it. Got it down around the eyebrows. If he gets it on the front of the forehead, 2-all.
Boy, Anthony Siaha is 6'6". If he were 6'5", it'd be 2-2.
Yep.
But he's not. Danny
Excellent
Dicchio
saves.
looking on.
I think we got a hydration break here. We didn't have one in the first half, but they're giving it to him now.
Player down for Hartford Athletic, Jordan Scarlett.
So de facto hydration.
De facto hydration break.
Everybody gets over there.
Well, boy, Siaha.
So here's the service coming across. Oh, Cedeno. Off the side of the head and around the eyebrows.
And that's why the hands are on the head, because he knows.
He knows it. If he was able to keep his body under control and control the jump better, there's nothing Siaha can do on that second one. But he didn't, and Siaha did, and it's 2-1. Second and third shots on target for City in the match. And boy, oh boy, was Siaha level to the task. Hartford's gonna shuffle the deck. They got a couple of reserves down warming up. That's a heck of a punt by Siaha.
That rode the wind.
Lions wouldn't mind that kind of punt.
No. Here comes Juve. Juve wants the whistle. Didn't get it.
That's a 50-50 challenge. And the offside flag goes up against City. Or against Hartford, rather. The Northern Guard in fine voice tonight. And quite hydrated.
Quite hydrated, absolutely. Well, you have to be when it's warm like this.
Hydration is key.
To stay in good voice. You can't have that vocal cord inflammation that comes along with dehydration.
You gotta be ready to go. And they have been hydrating, it is plainly evident.
Rutz gave chase. Ryan Williams heads it down. There's Juve with it.
Looks like Marlon Hairston is readying himself to come on for Hartford Athletic, and I believe it will be Beckford who will come off. So one of the players on a booking will make his exit.
Always good to be able to go to your bench, have a 31-year-old veteran that's done it at a high level, every level of American soccer.
Coming to Hartford Athletic from Columbus Crew.
135 MLS matches played. Beautiful ball in. Darren Smith, can he get on the end of it? It's just slightly overcooked. Little too much mustard on the hot dog. And now the substitution will come on, so Marlon Hairston will come in. It is college soccer at Louisville. He's drafted 12th overall by the Colorado Rapids in the 2014 draft, signed a Generations Adidas contract. Brendan Burke very animated right now in his second season. He was the assistant coach for the Houston Dynamo back in 2023. Was a head coach for Colorado Springs in 21 and 22, was a finalist for the USL Coach of the Year back in 2021.
Also
Staffing Solutions. Partner, here we go.
25 to go. This is about where City picked it up last half. Got to do it again here. Oh, wow. Almost a very bad situation, and a good job to win the ball and neutralize the threat.
But Shane Wheat got into a little bit of a sticky situation, but then he fixed it. Juve
asking for a whistle again.
Muscled up again. Villanueva looking for somewhere to go.
The way Jesse needs to be that bridge. Take it from a midfield that might be getting a little bit gassed. Get it forward. Let that front three have interplay off each other.
Ball sent up into space. It's a foot race. Shane Wheat will win it. Kept Mamadou Dieng away from it. There's Mamadou Dieng. Goal here tonight, 4 on the season. Had 11 last year for Hartford Athletic. 21 years old.
He plays older than 21.
Throw inside the 18. Joe Farrell
trying to mix it up again.
Yeah, was trying to get another penalty awarded.
I think after the first one, he might have to work a little harder.
Sumadia will serve up the corner. Corner kick. Number 5 for Hartford Athletic. Driven in. Sent out wide, chip back towards the post. Dieng the target. And a goal kick awarded. Mamadou Dieng disagrees.
It's a good job by City to kind of box Dieng out there. City got to be a little more intense on the ball now. They've slowed a little bit. This is more of what we saw in the first half. You got to keep that movement and press up. Can't just spend 5 minutes passing the ball back and forth to each other.
Connor Rutz couldn't quite keep it in. Now Rutz just goes into full attack mode at Jordan Scarlett. Nearly created a turnover.
That's what City have to do. You got to get up and press. You're trailing here.
Yamazaki makes his turn. Darren Smith has it.
That's got to be a better touch.
And Ryan Williams knows it. Looks down at the ground. Aggravated look on his face.
And City were so good there in the latter part of the first half. They had a lot of one-touch movement, a lot of crisp passes, good control of the ball. That's gone off the boil a little bit here in the last 10 minutes, Neil. City have to find a way to get that back.
Sebastian Guenzati looks like he's getting loose. Juve comes back. Juve gets it back on Mumensa. Sends that one out of play.
Looks like Darren Smith Day is going to be done. Gonzati's going to come in. Darren Smith made a good contribution, though. That back heel that set up Juve for City's goal.
Smith heads that one down. pass was looking for Cedeno. What a giveaway by Hartford Athletic. Ball sent up ahead. Here comes Darren Smith. Can he win the race? He cannot. Siaha had to win it. He did.
Heads up play by Siaha to read that and come off his line. But again, City very dangerous on the counter.
Mensa, the switch to Bryant.
Better movement, better touch. There it is.
Oh, Cedeno just couldn't quite serve it to himself.
He needed to let that ball run through. He tried to attack it too quickly.
Zhang. Williams tracking back. Zhang shot blocked. Villanueva.
Run it down and go.
Get on the end of it. Darren Smith. And Joe Farrell literally climb over his back.
And then a ticky-tack one the other way.
Sebastian Anderson down, 73rd minute. And a substitution coming up for Detroit City. So Sebastian Guenzati will come in. Darren Smith will come off. Boy, Darren Smith. Nearly right before his exit. Nearly flipped it.
Got a guy in Guenzati who's physical with pace.
John, and you were talking about too with Darren Smith. Ran a good race. A guy that had kind of taken the league by storm in the goal department, the goal well, as it does. Runs dry from time to time.
Yep.
Didn't let that affect him. And to force an opportunity that maybe wasn't there, willingly dropped that off to Juve, who finished it.
Unselfish.
Yes, it was.
He knew the pass wasn't. If he had taken that ball on the front foot, that goal doesn't happen because he's going away and the keeper's coming out. The back heel sent it into space. That's an unselfish play by Darren Smith. That's all you can ask of your forward.
That ball flicked away. Prestis.
City can't afford to dally now. 17 minutes to go plus stoppage. And you can count on, as the minutes start to go down, if there's an opportunity, Hartford will do what they can to drain the clock.
Quick throw in to Guenzati. Cross opportunity is cut out, and Guenzati sends it to the front. Scooped up by Siaha.
And Siaha will begin this process. He will stay down until everyone has walked away. Then he will get up and check the stitching on the ball to make sure it's fine.
Fago replay.
And that's a great job by Farrell to come back and not allow an attempt on the ball.
Zaki tried to thread it down the touchline and find Cedeno.
Not a good touch. So Hartford Athletic, 15 plus stoppage away from its first win on the road this year in USL Championship. They got to figure out a way to batten down the hatches. And for Detroit City FC, it's time to throw everything you can at the ball.
Guenzati taken down from behind. This could be a booking, and it is. And that's Marlon Hairston, who came on as a sub.
He disagrees. The referee is unmoved.
Seems to be an accurate representation of that entire transaction.
Yeah, put the hand in the back, gave him a shove.
There will be some more discussion. Here we go, Cedeno. Regathers things. Amu Mensah made a run.
Incoming. The fans in the VIP section have just gotten involved in the match.
They are involved in the match, no doubt.
And you know what? Class move by Siaha. Go over there and apologize.
There you go, replay. That's how close that was.
Amumensa going through the advertising hoardings.
Prestis was right there. Right on top of Amumensa. And Williams recollects it. Michael Bryant. Amumensa. Juve, hesitation. Villanueva. Juve took 2 defenders with him on the run. The ball sent back up. Juve makes a run after it. Juve tried to cross it. It's loose. Rutz is in. And it's out for a goal kick.
Siaha, another good positioning there to stop the cross. City had a runner on the back post. And Siaha came out and got down and couldn't collect, but stopped the momentum of the cross. So the ball skids forward, goes toward the byline, and there was Yamazaki waiting for a tap in, and Siaha came out and couldn't collect, but shut out Yamazaki from equalizing this match.
Siaha just finally gets the ball down and rolls it out. Yamazaki. Has been very, very good for Hartford Athletic. He does have a couple of unforced errors, though, here in the second half. It's been fortunate DCFC has not converted directly. Bryant with some space. As Cedeno finds Cedeno. Cedeno drives it. Prestis did a good job. Williams. Bryant. Ball sent up for Yamazaki. Will it run out? It will. Just slightly overcooked.
And we got another booking.
And this will go against the keeper, Siaha.
That actually has a bigger impact than you think, Neil, because now he's on a yellow. He can't time waste.
That is true.
Because normally you'd wait and you'd draw the yellow late in the game, maybe for time wasting. He's lost the ability to do that now.
So another yellow assessed to Hartford Athletic.
The 5th of the contest.
Player down now for Hartford Athletic behind the play.
And City immediately went over to the referee and said, make sure you stop your watch. And he put his hands up. He said, I got it.
This will be another de facto hydration break. Well, partner, about 10 minutes left in this one. I think the word of the day right now for Detroit City, forward.
Yep. You want to call it forward, you want to say attack, you want to do whatever. It is time to throw everything and the kitchen sink at Hartford Athletic, because it doesn't matter if you lose 3-1 at this point.
You can add a second word to that. Everyone.
Yeah.
Forward, everyone. Northern Guard looking on. They're waiting for their moment to explode. Hartford Athletic, who has not won a road match this season, has never won here in Keyworth. Is in a prime position to do so.
And we're going to have a substitution for Hartford Athletic. Obalola coming on. And I believe it's Engelina coming off.
By the way, Obalola.
No, check that. Jimenez coming off.
A native of Nigeria, last 2 seasons in the Lithuanian 2nd Division. The goal scorer, Jonathan Jimenez, coming off. So if the watch was in fact stopped, we are looking at 2 minutes of stoppage time just on this last stoppage.
And yet, I think we'll probably have about 4 minutes to stop the partner. You were talking about it when you were doing it. I think it was a great call last week on the match in Oakland. And somehow, the amount of time in the late second half that gets taken away from the play never quite gets added back on the watch.
It's weird how that happens. Wheat drives it ahead. And this should be a corner for City, and it is. Villanueva hustles over. UCFC Corners brought to you by the Spot Massage Therapy. Juve will come over. Juve scored the goal for City. Can he create a goal for City? Here we go. Juve good, bending corner. And Siaha comes out. That ball chipped back in, and Siaha will make his way back to the line. Boy, that was dangerous. He nearly played it with a hand outside the 18.
Stopped himself just in time.
Cedeno, his cross, deflected. Cedeno tried to draw the whistle, did not get it.
We got another sub, Dizpay coming on. And Jordan Scarlett will make away. Arturo Dizpay.
Anderson comes out. Dizpay, another veteran for Hartford. Boy, this is a bench full of veterans. He's 31, over 155 USL Championship matches played. 13 matches played for the Cuban national team. World Cup qualifiers, Gold Cup matches. As the
Canadian national rolls on through.
CN rolling through. He knows he's on camera.
They all do.
They do. You notice that? You know, and they wave like right when the camera gets on them too. It's wild.
And they give a little wave.
Yep.
Yeah, they just know. They know if they hit the horn, the camera will find them, and by the time they get around about the scoreboard, it's time for a wave.
Yamazaki drives it up, looking for Connor Rutz.
Oh, that is a heady play by Farrell to just undercut in front. And now Siaha is taking his time.
Well, you mentioned the dark arts.
Alive and well, man.
Joe Farrell is elite.
He is a master of the dark arts.
Yes, he is. It's kind of cool to watch him work. It is. Everything has a purpose, right?
Yes.
Every move he makes has a purpose. He's a vet, man. Those are the kind of guys. Those are the kind of guys you want.
He's a guy that you absolutely hate unless he's on your team,
Absolutely.
and then you absolutely love him.
Yep. Ball into the middle. Here's Ryan Williams.
He had led Lane to take that up the middle and chose to take it out wide.
They'll try the left side. Amumensa, 86th minute. Screws continue to tighten it. Juve loses control of it.
He's had such a good match, I can forgive him one bad touch, but boy, does it come at a bad time.
Both things can be true. Amumensa again. Michael Bryant backtracks. Cedeno trying to eke every inch of space out on this right side. Trust me, folks, he's down there. Here's Juve into the 18. Juve tries to cross. Cedeno, side volley, goes just wide.
Couldn't bring the ball down. It was bouncing way too high on him, and he knew the defender was closing, so he had to take a shot. But on the bounces, it just checked up on the artificial surface. This is a great cross coming across. See how high that first bounce is? Couldn't control the second bounce without sacrificing the good shooting body position, and he couldn't bring it down enough to control it. Just skies it over top.
Yasiel Cedeno has come into this match. He has had some very good minutes. Boy, Siaha is flying pretty close to the sun there.
Well, unfortunately, the referee wasn't looking at him. He's taking his time, and Hartford will do that. And as you often say on these broadcasts, partner, it's the chip stack they have.
They put themselves in this position, no doubt. Team that hasn't won a match on the road all year. They've come in here, got 2 quick goals. They've made them stand up. You have to admire what they've done. Michael Bryant, his eyes up.
And you know what? Survived the first goal on the counter, and really, after halftime,
They held on, too, at the end of that first half.
Pushed City back again, and it took City a while to warm into the contest again.
Mumensa. Bryant. He's got some space to go. Cedeno's out wide. Cedeno has it. Zaki's all over the place. Threads it through to Cedeno. Cedeno across, and Mumensa sends it out of the building.
And Devin wants that back because he had a couple of pass opportunities, and his eyes just got big. And I'm not sure that Devin Mumensa is the guy you want taking that shot.
Another player down for Hartford Athletic, the Fago replay.
Well, 2 weeks ago when these two teams played in the Jägermeister Cup, it was a 90th minute equalizer for Detroit City FC. One wonders this time if the 90th minute will involve actual soccer, because we are in the 90th minute now.
So there was 2 minutes of stoppage time. Actually ran the last injury stoppage.
He went down with this one with 88:20 on the clock, and we're at 89:30, and he's still on the turf. So now we start watching.
Pushing 4 minutes of stoppage time.
And don't forget we had a penalty in the setup for the penalty, and 4 substitution windows. So if the referee is accurately looking at stoppage time, we should be at about 8 minutes.
Well, let's find out.
8 minutes it is. Did his job.
So Trevor Wiseman, well done.
Joe Farrell looks and goes, my word, my dark arts didn't work.
I have a feeling he's got some more in him, though.
No doubt.
Joe Farrell, 6'2". He plays bigger than 6'2".
Yeah, he does.
Siaha booms it down.
And by the way, killed 20 seconds standing over the ball when you're supposed to have a ball in the air after 8. But that's neither here nor there.
Anya with it, rolls it out. Here's Wheat. City moving forward. Yamazaki runs up the right side. Villanueva. Yamazaki's over here, unintended to. Villanueva will track back. Ball into the box. Connor runs! And Guenzati was lurking, but Siaha off the line to make the grab.
And the fans are counting to help Siaha remember that he's only supposed to have 8 seconds.
Throw coming up for City.
Helpful, these City fans. Very helpful.
They tend to be sometimes. Ryan Williams. Hartford Athletic about 6 minutes away from winning a match in Keyworth for the very first time. Cedeno. Quick throw by Cedeno to Bryant. On a rut. Couldn't quite settle it down. A throw coming up for Hartford. They are tucked in the corner.
After which someone will take the ball and then he'll drop it off for a teammate in about 5 seconds. Oh no, I actually threw it in there.
Ryan Williams wins it. Cedeno back heel. Oh, and Yamazaki will be called for the foul. I believe, was that Marlon Hairston? Went down and got the whistle.
Still 5 minutes to go. City a lot of time. Got to keep the pressure on.
Now Siaha.
He stopped his watch. That's great move by Wiseman. Stopped his watch after Hartford took extra time over the free kick. And now it started up again.
Villanueva. Villanueva drives it up, looking for Juve, who just overran it. Rutz trails.
And that's an ABH clearance. Put it out of the stadium, get it anywhere but here.
Cross in for Amu Mensah. Michael Bryant.
Hartford not sitting back here. They're pressing when they can. It's creating some problems for City.
95th minute. Ball in. Guenzati. His pass was knocked down and cleared out.
Another get it out of here clearance. Instead of waiting for the ball to come to them, Hartford aggressively coming out in defense here.
Juve. See what he can do here. Even if it's 1v2. Juve. Stop. Starts. Juve rips it. The ball's loose. And it's swallowed up at the last moment by Siaha.
And he took a kick. And that's a 50-50 challenge, but he paid the price for winning that 50-50 challenge. Juve comes in, rips the shot.
Mensah was there and it was loose.
Yeah, he kind of took a knee instead.
Siaha trying to shake off the effects. Siaha lining it up. You can probably hear the crowd counting. Zaki locked up. And Galena.
$65-29 in the crowd tonight here at Keyworth.
Ball sent up. Saldana off the line. He'll make the grab. City has to go. Michael Bryant might have 3 more minutes, perhaps.
I would say about 2. So you got to move.
Juve in the corner. Beautiful receive. Juve into the box. Juve crosses over. Juve tries to toe poke it through. Amu Mensah. Ball cleared away. Shane Wheat will turn and go back to it.
Hartford takes the time to come out and set a high line.
Ball in for Amu Mensah. Tries to flick it across. Connor Rutz in the box. This could be a throw for City. No, didn't quite make the line. Bryant.
And that's a throw for Hartford. And they'll be able to kill a lot of clock. And this might do it.
Angelina. Check out the Fago replay. Bryant. I didn't really do a lot. So Medea will run up. This will be a City throw. Imagine they have time for another run at it.
And that's about it. Got to keep the ball moving forward. This is it. And it goes out of play, and or it stays in just barely.
Juve again. Sends it across. Yamazaki sends it off the side netting. And Brendan Burke saying, hey, that's the time. But there was a lot of, when you had the Siaha injury after the kick.
And I think Yamazaki just wanted to get it unframed because he wasn't sure how much time was left. And it was never close.
Siaha the run up. Ball back heeled. Bryant played to Saldana.
He's played that far enough forward that if City can control this, they'll have a shot at it.
Amu Mensah will get a throw.
Got to get it in quick. Cross it.
There's Ryan Williams. Cerveno, good dummy. Yamazaki sends it in, and that's a spill, and it's a corner coming up for City in the dying moments.
He'll let him take it, and this will be it.
Corner kicks brought to you by the Spot Massage Therapy.
Saldana's coming up.
Here we go. Everybody's at the party now. Corner, driven in, flicked away. And that is the final whistle. Hartford Athletic gets a 2-1 win on the road at Keyworth over Detroit City FC.
Their first USL Championship road win of the season, and it's a deserved one. They came out, punched Detroit City in the mouth, surrendered a goal on the counter, but regrouped at the end of the first half, and more importantly, after halftime, to reassert control of the match. City couldn't find a window in a bus parked later, and the return home from 9 of 11 on the road doesn't go as planned for Danny Dicchio and company, but it's welcome as Hartford Athletic continue their winning ways in the league as they try to climb up the Eastern Conference.
Last time out in USL Championship play, it was a 3-0 blanking of Loudoun United, and another impressive victory for Hartford Athletic this evening. Let's check out tonight's shot of the match, presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey in Detroit City FC. They were up against it. Darren Smith set the table, and Juve finished.
And Juve finished brilliantly, but look at the unselfish play by Darren Smith. Didn't even put his eye on the ball, just flicked it backward, and Juve was there to collect it.
Let's check out our save of the match presented by Alumnify. No doubt what one this one is. Carlos Saldana stops the penalty that kept Detroit City alive.
Excellent read by the keeper. Sees the telegraphed shoulder, dives down smartly, corrals the ball, kept it close, but City couldn't make it pay off and find an equalizer.
Hartford Athletic happy with the job they did here this evening, and why not? Their first road win after a 3-0 blanking of Loudoun United. They're getting it together, folks. 2-1 Hartford Athletic with the win. We'll be back to wrap this thing up. This is USL Championship Soccer.
Summer soccer is in full swing. Feel the adrenaline, embrace the excitement, and be a part of every heart-pounding moment at historic Keyworth Stadium. Single match tickets available right now at deadcityfc.com/tickets. Summer soccer is in full swing. Feel the adrenaline, embrace the excitement, and be a part of every heart-pounding moment at historic Keyworth Stadium. Single match tickets available right now at deadcityfc.com/tickets.
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With 0 hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
Here's Smith again, the chip! Give him 2! Pitch through 2 defenders! Oh, what a goal by Juve! Morris, service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City!
You're inside historic Keyworth Stadium as a crowd empties out. Disappointed crowd, no doubt about it. Hartford Athletic with a 2-1 lead, or 2-1 victory, over Detroit City FC. Let's take a look at how it all went down with our full-time highlights. And credit Hartford Athletic, John. They walked in the door. They weren't playing around.
You know what? Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And boy, did Detroit City FC get punched in the mouth. The defense was not ready to go when this match started, and this play will show you why. Cross comes in. Devin Amumensa had a chance to clear it. Another City player had a chance to clear it. Neither one of them could get a boot on it. And there's Jimenez waiting as the ball got spilled. And away you go. And it's 1-0. And from that moment, Hartford had control of the match. Then on 23 minutes, they double their advantage. Great cross in, coming across. Angelina had acres of space, waited for the defender to catch up, to use him as a screener, put the cross across. And Chang picks up his 4th goal of the year, rises over his defender, and bangs it home, and it's 2-0. And City faithful were nervous because their side really hadn't gotten out of the traps. But then in the 38th minute, an interception leads to this. Ates Youth off to the races, 3-on-2 break, plays it out wide. Darren Smith, the back heel, no look. Juve continues his run in space and pounds it through to make it 2-1. And at that point, the momentum was all with Le Rouge, and you thought things might be better, but they didn't get better in the second half. Several chances went begging, including this one toward the end of stoppage time. A cross in, and Siaha, who made 3 or 4 great saves in the second half, including one where he went parallel to the surface to come across, and Perry shot away with his fingertips. He seals the 2-1. Keeper.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.